Howdy, y'all. It's that time again. I'm going to share my journal for the last week, and this is going to be March the 18th through the 24th. So, starting with Friday, the 18th, we had a high in the low 70s and a low in the low 40s, and it was windy. The wind was blowing like crazy today. It was pushing the Jeep around pretty good when I was driving through the bottoms. Other than that, it's a beautiful day, and I went shopping over on Texas side. Frankly, I am astounded at how the prices are rising. I spent about $50 more than I usually do for basically the same stuff I usually buy. Bacon used to be like $2.50, $3 a pack. Now it's over $5. They say a combination of COVID and the war in the Ukraine that's making the prices go up. The gas prices are sky high too. Of course, I hope they can find a peaceful resolution soon. But I still don't understand how pork has doubled in price when there are hog houses all around us. And gas is getting close to $5 a gallon. And whenever I drive through Texas, all I see are working oil derricks pumping away, not an hour from where I live. So I don't understand. I mean, and chicken too. There are two huge processing plants in this area, Pilgrim and Tyson, and you can't drive 10 miles without seeing big old set of chicken houses. So, I mean, I know it's probably scarcity, but those items are right here. This is what we produce in our area. So it's surprising to me when they are super expensive. After a long day at town, being disappointed by prices, I was glad to collect Slim and go out for a nice Chinese meal together. He told me all about his day, which always makes me grateful that he works so hard and he does unpleasant tasks so that we can enjoy our lifestyle and that I don't have to work. It's a tough job sometimes. Yeah, it is. And lately he's been hog hunting, which sometimes they trap him, but sometimes he's got to crawl through the woods and like the swamp and stuff. It's not easy. Let's see. The pear trees are in bloom. Oh yeah, and the white blossoms are very beautiful. Yes, the pear trees are the first trees in this area to bloom, and they are really, really gorgeous right now. And next will be the dogwoods, and then it'll be Easter time. So Saturday, let's see if I can get that to focus a little better. Saturday the 19th, it was a nice day with a high in the low 70s, low in the low 40s. I slept in today and I woke up with a headache again. A BC powder and a cup of coffee and a hot shower had me feeling all better, but I wish I knew why I woke up with a headache sometimes so I can do something about it. And maybe it's the way I sleep. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I asked Slim what I should try to bake today, and he said he would like some chocolate chip cookies. So I made a batch from scratch. I'm sure I've made chocolate chip cookies from scratch at some point, but I don't really remember it. He helped me in the kitchen. He creamed the butter and sugars together. I made a huge batch of cookie dough. So I made up about 2 dozen and I wrapped up the rest of the dough to use later. They turned out very well. And I had a cookie tin left from Christmas to store the cookies in because we each only ate a couple of cookies, even though they were quite delicious. Yes, I got these over here. I made up some more last night. And that's the thing about cookie dough, you can just make as many as you want. And this is what they look like. And I used milk chocolate, Ghirardelli's large milk chocolate chips instead of semi-sweet chips. And these turned out great. It is a great recipe. I'd be happy to share it with you if you're interested. Okay, so I haven't spent a lot of time with old Willow since his encounter with Norma Jean, and he seems shy again. So today I sat out by his food bowl and I talked to him until he let me pet him. And I stayed out there with him for a long time, petting him and talking to him. He seems lonely, but scared to be around others at the same time. He sure enjoys the attention once he decides to trust me and take some pets. Look at this one. Stop digging at that door, Howard. Now, I mean it. He's already torn it up twice. He's torn up the underside of that door twice, digging at it. He is a naughty boy. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, I've been trying to give Willow a little bit more attention. He's started to get shy again. Sunday, the 20th, it was warm and bright with a high in the high 70s and a low in the low 40s. Beautiful day today. So I made some bread. It was disappointing to see that even on a warm day, the temp inside the house was around 72 degrees Fahrenheit. My dough did not want to rise. It felt right when I made it, and the water was 121 degrees Fahrenheit. And the yeast package said to have it between 120 and 130 degrees, but still, it was so slow to rise. After an hour, it was a bit bigger, but certainly hadn't doubled in size. I was disappointed, so I just left it, and I took Virginia some homemade cookies. Slim worked in the yard while I was gone, and he got a lot done, even some mowing by the driveway. There's still a lot to do because before the spring growth starts, but it's looking better already, and the flowers are starting to pop up all over the place, which I love. I'll be glad when there's enough for me to collect to bring in the house for bouquets. Had a nice visit with Virginia. She liked the cookies. I ate dinner with her because she had a wonderful meal on the stove, and I couldn't resist. Meatloaf, baked potatoes, green beans, hot water cornbread. We talked about the best way to make hot water cornbread. She said she needs to see how Deandra makes hers because it's the best. She sent me a plate home for Slim, too. It was delicious. That meatloaf had the most interesting texture. It was super tender, it wasn't firm. She said it was Victor's recipe. It was really delicious. It had a great taste in it. Um, when I got home, the dough was a bit bigger, so I decided to cook it and see what it turned out like. It never did fully rise, but it did okay. It has a good taste, but it was just too dense. It's good for garlic toast and French toast or grilled bread or toasted bread. Yeah, if you cook it again, it's good. Like I put some butter and garlic powder and some shredded cheese on it and toasted it in the oven on a little rack, and it was really, really good. But it's too dense for just like regular bread for sandwiches or whatever. So the 21st on Monday, it was a thunderstorm. High in the low 60s, low in the low 40s. It's a rainy, stormy day today, so no outside time for me or the cats, but poor Slim had to go work in this. Luckily, it didn't really start to come down until midday, and by then they'd already taken close to a dozen hogs. He sent me a picture, this big pile of hogs, and the larger ones were huge, twice the size of a man, easy. I hope he gets to come home early. And I don't think he did. I don't think he got to come home early. They had to deal with all those hogs. No baking today, but I put on a pot of beans in the slow cooker and I'll probably make some cornbread this evening. I don't worry about getting that right. I know how to make good cornbread. I just have to learn how to make hot water cornbread. Yeah, me and Virginia, we're going to figure out how to make the best hot water cornbread. She knows somebody. Decided to clean the vents and replace the filter for the heat and air unit. The grill in front is always a mess, and I have to take it off and vacuum it on both sides and then clean it with cleaning wipes on both sides. And it's time to repaint it as well. It's always rusty because of the high humidity, and I like to repaint it, like at least once or twice a year just to keep it looking fresh and easy to clean. I think it's important to keep the vents clean and to change the filter regularly because of all these cats and their copious fur that they are constantly shedding all over the house. Probably 80% of my daily housework is cleaning up after all these cats. It can be a lot of work, but if I want to keep all these cats and still have a clean home, I can't let it go for long or it gets to be too much. Do a little every day is my motto. Yeah, so I am constantly cleaning up after my pets, but it's just because, I don't want hair anywhere around in here. And if you've got a bunch of cats, that entails a lot of cleaning. So I spend a lot of my time cleaning up after these guys here. So Tuesday, the 22nd, pouring rain, high in the low 60s, low in the low 40s, woke up to a thundering rainstorm. Luckily, Slim didn't have to go into work until after 10 when it slacked up a bit. I noticed early that the driveway looked flooded, so I put on my poncho and my boots and I got my little red rake and I went and I cleaned out the culvert and I got the water moving again. It was clogged up with leaves. It didn't take much to get it all cleared. The water was gone from the driveway in less than an hour, even though it was pouring rain the whole time I was out there. Yeah, I think I worked a little bit harder than I realized because The back of my legs, my calves are sore, and I think it's from dragging that rake through all those heavy, wet leaves. Um, oh, Vince is opening the closet over here. He knows how to open doors, Vince does. I made a beautiful rice pudding using the milk and rice that I got in my box of commodities. I added pecans and raisins and substituted half the sugar with brown sugar. It turned out just right, not too sweet, really good for breakfast. If only I could eat breakfast at breakfast time. I wound up eating this a couple times in this week, but I ate it around like now, like 1:30 in the afternoon is about the first time I'll be wanting to eat. I worked on the blanket some today while listening to the last of the Ichabod. That's a great story. It's by the author of the Harry Potter novels, J.K. Rowling, the Ichabod. What a good story. I would love to share it on my channel, but it's now it's new, so I'm sure it's not in the public domain. Like, the fairy tales in Alice in Wonderland, they're all in the public domain. The cats, especially the girls, gave me lots of furry help while I was trying to crochet. Norma really thinks that blanket already belongs to her. Yeah, I'm sure you've noticed if you've been around my channel very long, all of my everything's covered. I use tablecloths, I use furniture covers or blankets or afghans, and wherever the cats hang out very much, I will crochet a little cover for wherever that place is. So they really think that anything, any kind of crocheted blanket, that's their spot. That's where they're supposed to be. I got two big boxes of Happy Mail packed and ready to go today. It took me a while to pack them because the contents are somewhat heat sensitive, so I packed everything in an insulated bag and then bubble wrap to help keep the temp inside stable. Yeah, I thought I'd get it all in one box, but I didn't. It had to be two boxes. Um, as it is spring here and fall there, maybe it won't get too hot in transit. I'll probably mail them Thursday when I take Marina to the vet. Thursday is also our 14th year anniversary. Yeah, I didn't get to mail them because when I stopped by the post office, their computer was down. So I've still got my Happy Mail. I haven't mailed it yet, but I will. Wednesday, the 23rd, high in the low 70s, low in the high 40s. It was mostly sunny and breezy. Yeah, it's been kind of windy this week. I did a weigh in today, and I'm at 191.6 pounds. So, still maintaining without being restrictive. I'm trying not to let the number on the scale bother me. It's hard. I've been fixated on it for years. From what I've been reading, I was probably doing more harm than good with the severe dietary restrictions and long fasting. As long as I don't get over 200 pounds, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yeah, I've been doing a little research on a healthy diet for a woman of my age at during my time of life, and all this dieting and fasting and super restrictive diets. That's not really good for me to get my hormones in balance and try to uh, deal with these headaches and stuff. So I'm trying not to worry about my diet too much and just eat when I'm hungry and try to eat healthy foods. Be mindful of my weight, be mindful of what I'm eating, but I'm trying not to obsess over it and be like dieting. So I had a headache all day. Surprise, surprise. Woke up with it. Took medicine all day, but it's still lingering. Slim thinks it's because I go too long without eating, and he thinks I should eat breakfast with him every day. And he's probably right. I don't eat until after midday and sometimes not until supper time, like today. The headache may be from not eating, so I'm going to try and start eating breakfast with my husband at 6 a.m. every day and see how it goes. Um, yeah, I'm trying different things to figure out why I'm having these headaches. I still don't really know. I decided to record some more through the looking glass today. Yeah, I've been enjoying reading that. I had a bit of a headache, but I didn't let it stop me from doing what I wanted to do. After recording, I was looking at my channel and I realized that my photo was over 3 years old. So I took a new one and I replaced the old one. I actually like the way I look in the new picture better than the one from 3 years ago. So I guess I'm not aging too badly. And I want my picture to really look like me now. I like my new haircut and glasses that I have, so that's nice. And I tried to take the picture with my glasses, but they kept reflecting the light real bad. So I pulled them down so you can kind of see my eyes. So it's kind of a weird looking picture, but I like it anyway. Thursday the 24th. Dun da da da. Happy anniversary. Today we have been married for 14 years. And we lived together for 6 years before we got married. Yep, we shacked up. It's true. So we have been together for 20 years. That sounds like a long time. I'm very lucky to have such a wonderful and loving husband. And he feels lucky to have me. So I guess that makes us one happy couple. We are very happy together. It has been 14 wonderful years. 20 wonderful years, really. So I had breakfast with Slim this morning before work. And to be honest, I had a hard time eating. I don't like to eat in the morning. I had several months of severe morning sickness when I was expecting my son. And ever since then, I choose not to eat during the first half of the day. I'm hoping to reduce my headaches and increase my energy by having a good breakfast, but this is a major personal challenge because eating early is gross to me. It really is. And I'm going to have to pick something besides bacon and eggs. That's what he eats every morning is uh, fried eggs and bacon in it. Man, I cannot eat that at 6 o'clock in the morning. It is so gross to me. I don't know what I'm going to eat. I didn't eat this morning. Yesterday I ate the bacon and eggs and I had to force myself to do it. And it was really yucky. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to have for breakfast. I took Marina to the vet today. No problems. She looks healthy. All her tests came back good. She got her rabies booster and it's good until next year. Doctor said that, because I asked him about her being, well, she's just a bitch all the time. So I kind of asked him about that. He said that the majority of orange tabbies are male, and that the females, although not super rare, there's a far lower percentage of females than male, and they're usually temperamental and aggressive. And that's our Marina to a T. So she's just the way God made her, poor little old stroppy thing. Even though I had a breakfast and a lunch, I still got a headache around 4 p.m. So I'm thinking it's not like blood sugar or eating or anything, but hell, I don't know. But this headache's been happening frequently. I took a BC powder and it went away. It feels like a tension headache from stress in my neck and shoulder muscles. I don't know what I'm doing to stress those muscles. Possibly reading, driving, using my phone, crocheting, watching TV in bed. There's a lot of different stuff I could do that could make my neck muscles fatigued. I don't know what it is. I need to figure it out because these afternoon headaches really suck. And I've been having them like all week long. And I don't know what the cause is. Oh, I saw a big, beautiful deer in the yard when I came home from dropping Slim off. Yes, it was gorgeous, huge. And it was a male. He turned and looked at me and then just bounded over the fence. Deer don't pay any attention to high fences, they just jump right over them unless they've got to be over 6 feet tall, or the deer can just boop, hop right over. I think we have between a 4 and 5 foot fence all around our property, depending on where you're at, and they can just bump, jump right over them, no problem. Okay, you guys, I hope y'all have a really awesome day. Thanks for joining me, and until next time, y'all be sweet.